Hey guys! So today is going to be a story time on how I got my best friend's Xbox stolen. Alright, so this story took place in either 2011 or 2012, I don't remember, back when I was like 19 or 20. It was for my 19th or my 20th birthday. I don't remember exactly which one, but it was around there. I was living with my friend, who at the time was very, very close to me. We're gonna call her Jill. So me and Jill lived in her parents' house, which was this huge, old, really pretty Victorian house. It was, there was a basement, there was a main level, there was an upper level, and then there was another level, which I think was supposed to be the attic, but they redid it, so there was 2 bedrooms and a living area, and that was where Jill stayed. That was her room, and then when I moved in, I just lived with Jill on that level. I went to the other bedroom. So we had an entertainment system in there. She had a sofa, she had a chair, there was a table, she had like a TV, Xbox, a bunch of games, whatever. We used to play Call of Duty Zombies all the time, like I think it was on Black Ops. So her family went out of town, including her, to Mississippi to go and visit her brother, and I was house sitting. They were going to be gone on my birthday, and I'm pretty sure my birthday was on a Friday this year. So I asked her, I was like, hey, would it be cool if I have just like a couple of people over to like have like a little party for my birthday? Obviously it'll be people who've already been here before, and it was like a list of our close friends. Like one of our friends that we called Gucci, he was there. My ex-boyfriend was there, who was like one of my really good friends. Still to this day actually is my really good friend. Today's actually his birthday, so happy birthday. Shout out to you. She was like, yeah, that's fine, like, I know all these people, they've been there before, whatever, whatever. And at this time, I smoked a lot of weed. I'm not even gonna lie, I did. I smoked a lot of weed. I didn't have any, and we were drinking, we were chilling upstairs, we were playing music. It was just me and I think it was like 3 people. I don't remember all the details of who was all there because that happened like a while ago. But I know that the people who were there were the people who were supposed to be there. And so then I was like, yo, we should pick up some marijuana, but I'm pretty sure I said we, like, let's pick up like $20 worth, whatever. So Gucci calls his friend, he comes over, and he was gonna come over, and I was like, I don't want him to come out. So we all went to the front porch to like drink and chill until they got there. And when he got there, they made the deal, and they were there for like a total of 5 minutes. Okay, like he was there literally for a total of 5 minutes, and then him and his friend walked away. I'm like, alright, cool. And then we chilled out on the porch for like another 10-15 minutes max. Like we pretty much stayed inside the whole time. So how this was able to happen, I have no idea, because when we went upstairs, so a total time from us being outside to them getting there, to them leaving, and us going back inside was a total of, I want to say 30 minutes, but they weren't there until like 10 minutes after we were already outside. So we were outside for 10 minutes, they show up, they were there for 5 minutes and left. So that's 15, and then we stayed outside for another 10-15 minutes. So that's why it's like 25-30 minutes actually outside of the house. I was there the whole time. I was not intoxicated to the point where I wouldn't know what was going on, because I was still watching someone's house. This was just supposed to be a small get-together of my friends just to have a good time, celebrate my birthday. That was it. So we go back upstairs, and I'm like, wait, hold on, like her entertainment system, pause, that's really hard. So we go back upstairs, and I see the entertainment system has been shivvied out. So like, this is the wall, My hand is the wall, and this is the entertainment system, and this is how it is. It's up against the wall. Okay? Maybe like this much because the like floorboards, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? It was like this. Like, very obviously like this. And also the front of the entertainment system had 2 doors that were closed because we weren't using the Xbox at all, except for to listen to music. When we went outside, I turned everything off and I closed it because it's just out of habit, that's what we do. So I was like, okay, hold on a second. Like, the door is swung open a little bit. The entertainment system is pulled out on one side. And I'm like, what the heck? So I like open up the door, and lo and behold, the Xbox is gone. So I'm livid, like freaking pissed at this point, because I'm like, how did anybody have a chance, first of all, to get in here? Second of all, the only people who knew where that Xbox was are here with me still. So I'm like, they can't have it because they're still here. And so in my head, I'm like, someone is to not be trusted who was here. So I knew it wasn't going to be my ex-boyfriend because he wouldn't steal from me. I mean, if he was going to steal from me, he would have done it a long time ago and we would have just not been talking. I've known this man since I was in 7th grade, so no, it wasn't him. And the other guy who was here, he'd been over and had opportunities in which he could have stolen, I feel like, and he didn't. And also, he was the one who helped us find who actually did it. So now I'm trying to figure out, what do I do? Because not only did I have a party, like, her parents didn't know that there were people over. Only she knew. So I called Jill. I called her right away. I'm like, hey, this is the situation, this is what happened. I've already kicked everybody out. The only people who are here are Gucci and my ex-boyfriend. Because those are the 2 people who I know for 100% fact had nothing to do with it. They would have done something by now if they were going to. Right? Okay. So we're freaking out. I'm sitting here like, how am I going to explain this to her without her getting pissed? Because obviously she trusted me to watch her freaking house and to not let anything happen. And that was the only thing that was stolen from the house, by the way. Like, they had so much stuff that they could have stolen from out of that house, and they decided to go all the way upstairs to the top level. Like, so she's like, well, we're going to figure it out. We come home in like 2 days or like the next day or something. It'll be fine. And I'm like, all right, I'm freaking out, whatever. She comes home, and we are grilling every single person at this party. We showed up at people's jobs, like, who did it? Why'd you do it? I know, and if you didn't do it, we know who did it. Like, I wasn't trying to get the police involved because then the police have to come to her house and her mom would know about it, and we were just really trying to figure it out and do it ourselves before we made a whole police deal about it. So that happened. Gucci finally goes, look, I didn't want to be a snitch because, like, you know how it is, and whatever. And he was like, but I know who did it. I don't know how he did it, but I know who did it. Like, they told me a couple of days ago. And we're like, alright, cool, like, we need to gotta let them know that we got it from you. So he gave us the number for the guy who did it. We're gonna call the guy who did it Eli. So Eli gets a text from Jill. And she's like, hey, I got your number from a party, and my friend said that you were real nice looking and that you were looking for somebody, you know, to hang out and get together with from occasion, you know, on occasion. She was really busy, like, between work and school, so he was starting to believe that she wasn't a real person. And so she had to make time to go and see him. So they went and they hung out one time for a couple hours. They were playing, when I tell you, she messaged me and she said, we're playing on my Xbox right now. I was like, what? She's like, Stephanie, we are playing on my Xbox. It has my daddy's last name on it. She's like, I know for a fact that he has my Xbox now because now I'm playing on it. Has my name, all my games, he took the headsets, the controllers, he took games, he took everything. He didn't just take the Xbox, yo, he went ham, and he took it home. It wasn't for him to sell, he stole it so he can have it. Like, that's so petty. He basically just went to his house to see to let him know that she wasn't a fake person. So then they made plans to meet up, and he thought that they were going to hook up. I dropped her off at the corner, and she walked to his house, and then I drove around, and I was sitting there in the corner, around the corner, just waiting for her to text me. So his parents and stuff were there, and they left, and she was like, everyone's gone, we're upstairs, go get it, run. I ran over to their house. I'm trying every window, every door, everything. It is locked to the max. This house is not getting into. And their backyard had so many bikes that, like, man, they done stole so much stuff. Like, their family is just a family of thieves and dealers. Like, they are just not good people. I go back to the car, I'm like, I can't get in, everything is locked, you're going to have to get a door open. And she's like, alright. Then he goes down to make a deal. And she awkwardly stands in front of the door, the front door, so he can't lock it. And so he goes upstairs and she follows, and she texts me, she's like, the front door is unlocked, go. And I was like, alright, so I zoom. I go there, and they have a dog. The dog comes running up to me, starts licking me. I'm not supposed to be in their house. So this dog is a terrible guard dog, first of all. Second of all, he took literally everything. I took everything back. I took her Xbox, headsets, controllers, games, everything that was missing, I took back. And I put it in the bag, I run out, I go to the thing, and I text her, I was like, I got it, whenever you're ready. She said, while I was downstairs taking the Xbox back, he was telling her how he used to steal all the time, and how he never got caught, and like people never thought it was him, and he would just do it all the time, and he was just so OG about it, like so good at it, whatever. And she just stood up like, I got my Xbox back, so peace. And she just like walked out of his room and starts walking downstairs, and she called me as she's walking downstairs. She's like, girl, I'm walking out the door, come pick me up. So I zoom around the corner in her mama's minivan, and he's over here on the phone, like, and he sees the Xbox is gone, and he's like, where's my Xbox? Where's my Xbox? She's like, that's my Xbox. It had my daddy's name on it. I was over here the other night playing it. I played you. It is what it is. Peace out, right? He's like, I'm going to call my mom and my sister, they're going to come over here, and they're going to beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. He's like, she's like, you're not going to do that. You ain't going to do shit, because if you do, I'm going to call the police, and I'm going to let them know that you're a dealer and that your house is full of stuff that is stolen. So try me. And as I pull up, he sees me in the front car, and he's seen me before. He knows who I am. He didn't know who she was because she was out of town, remember? So when I pull up, he's like, literally that was his face. He was like, yeah, you got played by two little white girls. Peace out. Like, what do you want? What do you want? He ain't never messed with nobody. Not us, at least. He never messed with us again. He never messaged her, nothing. And let me tell you, this man looked like a bum. He thought he was going to get laid that day. Like, he thought he was going to get it in. He was wearing, like, a wholly baggy shirt. He was wearing dirty sweatpants with, like, paint on them. His hair was all a mess. Like, he looked real tore up from the floor up. No, but in all seriousness, he looked real jacked up. Like, he did not look good at all. And I'm just like, that's how you look when you think you're going to get laid? Like, you think that you're just that fine, that you can just look like that? Anyways, so that was my story. It was back in the day when I was a badass little teenager. Like, I was not a nice person. Let me just tell you that. I did a lot of reckless stuff. But, in the end, we got her Xbox back. So, that's all that matters. So that's just one crazy adventure that I have done. If you liked it, thumbs it up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye! The things I do to prepare for